Hey guys, it's your girl April coming at you with another video. It's like 7:30 in the morning, and while I was meditating and doing my granny square here, because I am working on another granny square cardigan, um, I was just sitting here and I was just thinking, like, 2021 is pretty much gone. It went by very quickly, and 2022 is approaching, and I've learned so many different things over this time. Like, in between making things, I didn't make a whole lot of stuff this year, but I made enough that I was happy with some of the projects. I just really was taking my time experimenting with a few things and taking some time for myself. And I've also, recently had a grandbaby. So, in the midst of working on this granny cardigan, we have a new person added to the family. So that's awesome. He's so adorable. He was born yesterday, and I got a little sidetracked. But what I would say is this: going into 2022, make sure that you're doing things that fill you up. Make sure that you're taking care of you. Fill your cup before you fill other people's cup. There are things that we're going to want that's going to take us some time to get, and it's not going to come overnight, but you continue to work on it, continue to endure through the process. What I've also learned is that some people, they want things, but they don't want to go through the process. And it's just like with crocheting and knitting and anything you choose to do, whether it's sewing, relationships, whatever it is, marriage, there's a process that you have to go through in order to get to your destination. And if you try to cut corners, you're only going to set yourself back. If you try to force something with people where it's not meant to be, you're going to set yourself back. You have to make sure that whomever you give your time to and whatever you give your time to is something that is going to not only benefit you but help you grow. You're going to hit hurdles, you're going to bump your knees, scrape your head, and everything else in the process of life. And I don't really know who this is for. I'm just speaking on some things, but you're going to go through some things. And I found myself having this conversation with so many people throughout this year where I had to sit back and even take a look at myself, right? Because anytime I give advice, most of the time the advice is not even just for the person, but it's for me as well. And when we go through stuff, sometimes we get to this point where it's like we want to give up, or we want to look at something else, and move differently. And there's nothing wrong with moving differently, but what I will say is this: make sure that it's the right decision, because sometimes we're placed in uncomfortable positions, and I've been placed in an uncomfortable position. You're placed in an uncomfortable position because there is something that you need to learn. There is a purpose there for you, and sometimes we so caught up on what it is that we want that we're not seeking the purpose, or we're not looking for the lesson, and we're not growing from situations, and we're jumping from situation to situation, job to job, relationship to relationship, and creation to creation, if you want to do that too and throw that in there. You got to take your time, right? And so at one point in time in my creativity, right, I was creating, jumping from project to project. I was finishing projects, but I was starting to run on E, right? And so now I just take my time. What am I rushing for? Take my time, do the project, move on to the next project, make sure I'm putting enough love in this project. And whoever, wants something from me, guess what? They're going to wait, right? I'm not going to rush other people's projects to get to this project, because then I'm going to allow myself to make mistakes, and we don't want to make mistakes, because then we got to backtrack. We got to sit and pull back the stitches. So as I talk about how you pull back the stitches, think about that relationship, or think about that job. You're rushing and you're skipping over the processes. You're rushing and you're not getting to know one another. You're rushing and you're not really completing the task to its entirety, or giving your best self and putting your best foot forward, because you're rushing. So now you got to pull back the stitches. You're setting yourself back. So just take your time. You know what I'm saying? Time you can't get back, I get that. But if you use your time wisely, you're going to get the most out of your time. So as I've been working on this little project here, you know, it's been what, about 3 weeks. And I made post the clips that I was doing over the past few weeks, just showing just the creation of the granny square and stuff like that, because now I'm actually leaning on the back of my bag. Woo. I made several of these little grannies, right? And I'm going to connect them today. I'm going to do as much as I can with this sweater, and I'm not going to rush it. And then I'll move on to the next project, which is a blanket, right? But with that, like I said, you know, this year is coming to a close. I feel like this year went by so quickly. Like, I didn't make half the stuff that I thought I was going to make this year. And I'm okay with that, because I was able to take the time this year and pour into other people, go through uncomfortable positions, go through my go-throughs where I was upset, I was stressed out. I think I posted a video about that earlier this year, that, you know, I was going through some stuff. My job was stressing me out. My job still irked my nerves, but at this point, I'm not letting it take so much control of me that it's interfering with my health, right? Because I had to step back for a minute, because my health was, I was getting sick because I was allowing stress to take over me. So as I go into this new year, I'm not going to try to control things that I have no control over. I'm going to pour into the people that I can pour into. I'm going to do the best that I can with what I have, and I'm going to take my time and go through the process and look for those lessons, the blessings, and the purpose in the process, and just take care of me. Because I found myself taking care of everybody else, but not taking care of myself. And I was having to pull back stitches because I kept moving forward without doing the things that I needed to do, because I was moving on to the next thing. So yeah, I'm taking my time. I took time on my projects. You know, it's things that I want to create that I didn't get to create, that I might not get to create this year, that's going to go into next year, and I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I'll post some videos about it. But I just wanted to come on here and just talk to you guys and just give like a message to whoever may need to hear it, who may be going through their go-through. Go through the process. Just go through the process. Go through the process. Take your time. Make the most of your time. Make the best decisions for yourself. Take care of you before you go and take care of everyone else. And do what's best for you. You know what I'm saying? Find your peace. Peace is everything. That's what I've learned in this life. Peace is everything. And as I have taken time to just meditate, because I've gotten more into meditation, and I'm still learning more about meditation, and I just sit back and I read and I learn and I search and I, you know, journal and I pray and I do all these different things, because these are the things that help me to help myself and help other people. So with that being said, you know, I'm a little nana now. You know, I have a little grandbaby that came in the process of this sweater. So when I finally finish this sweater, I'm gonna call this the pregnancy sweater, because, well, no, I'm not gonna call it the pregnancy sweater. I'm gonna call it the new birth, because we had a new birth yesterday. So where I would have been finishing up this sweater yesterday, I'm working on it today. But guess what? I ain't upset. I ain't mad about it. I'm gonna ship this thing out once I finish with it and soak it and dry it and everything else. It'll go out by the end of the week. But with that being said, guess what? Something beautiful came in the midst. Something beautiful came in the midst. We were waiting for my little grandson to get here, and he's here, and he came in the middle of this sweater. So, you know what I'm saying? When they tell the story, Grandma, what was you doing? I was crocheting a sweater, and here you came. You know what I'm saying? Anywho, have a great week this week. It's Monday. I'm going to post this today. I'm not going to sit on it. And as I go through the process of this sweater, I guess I'll throw a few clips in there. For whatever reason, people love these little granny square sweaters, so I'm like, hey, I'll make them. You know what I'm saying? I'll make them. And I found new ways to put my squares together now too. So I'm going to try this new method that I found on YouTube from another lady. I can't remember her name right now offhand, but she was showing like the continuous join. So I want to do that and see how the sweater comes out. The main color for this sweater is going to be blue. The last one that I did was red, and the one before that was orange. Some of you have already been checking those videos out, so I thank you guys for the support. I know I don't post that often. I try to post when I have something to post. You know, I don't move as quickly as some of the other knitters and crocheters and stuff like that. But I appreciate you guys moving along with me. And as I was saying before I jumped to something totally different, have a great week this week. Make the most out of your week. You know, take time for you. Learn something. Matter of fact, I challenge you to learn something new about yourself this week that you didn't know. I learned some new things about myself over the past few months, because, you know, I have a good friend that talks to me and listens to me and, you know, helps me to learn things that I didn't even realize. And it's just like, yo, I've been doing that. Oh, I need to check that. Oh, I've been doing that. Oh, kudos to me. So yeah, learn something new about yourself and be able to take constructive criticism. Be able to take that criticism from people who really see more in you than you see in yourself. And make the adjustments. You know what I'm saying? Make the adjustments. It's going to help you in the long run. Love, peace, and many, many blessings. I'll see you guys in the next video. And no, I'm not sick. I'm just a little congested because I just woke up not that long ago. It's cold. Yeah. So I'm going to sip this coffee, work on this, and I might even throw on some Netflix. And I don't even watch TV like that, but I might throw on some Netflix today. All right, y'all. Be blessed.